Hi, everybody. It's me. It's Dad from Texas. Here joining me is my dog. She just got a job yesterday, so she's pretty tired. Don't leave. Okay. All right. We reposition the frame. That way, both of us are in it because we're both adorable. I don't think she likes seeing herself on camera. So if she doesn't want to be in it, it's okay. Like if you do want to move, I understand. I would not want my sleep being filmed either. It would be terrifying. Anyway, so today I wanted to talk about being an artist. Whoa. Sometimes when I use that word to describe myself, I feel like such an imposter, but I think that what I do and what I want to do is art, but I just think that I don't know. I don't want to sound like, I don't want to disrespect all the other artists by calling myself one. You know what I mean? And it's not like I don't believe in myself, but I really truly do believe in myself, but I'm just like I guess I just am not where I want to be with it. And I'm not super consistent with it, so I don't want to offend anybody because we live in a society. No, we just live in a time where I think people want things to be very literal. So like if you're not literally doing it, then you're not doing it at all. And I'm like, no, wait, I am doing it. I just like really am not doing it consistently and blah blah blah. So anyway, I have to go to school soon. So today is screening day. We're screening my short film that came out, and it's actually out on my YouTube channel now. It's called The Pencil, and you can watch it. It's the video that is before this video. And I think so. I know Timothee Chalamet right now is getting a lot of heat. He is in a lot of hot water. I know he is promoting the hell out of this movie that is not out for another week, and he really wants us to see it. And critics are saying it's the best movie of the year, which that's a bold statement because, sorry, I'm looking at my dog. She's going to be the star of this video, I swear. That's a bold statement because the movie's not out. Well, people always say that before the movie's out. It's a bold statement because the movie Hammett came out this year, and I think Sinners came out this year. I really have such a bad recollection of the beginning of this year because I was severely depressed at the beginning of the year, so I really don't remember. But a lot of great movies came out this year, and I saw a lot. You guys can follow my letterbox. I'll put it up on the screen if you're interested, or if you don't want to follow me, if you just want to take a peek at my diary, you can. Um, a lot of good movies came out. A lot of good movies that people did not like came out. And I thought that they were pretty decent. Like, for example, Die My Love with Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson. I hope I said his last name right. I really don't know. I used to say Robert Patterson, and somebody ate me up. They were like, that is not how you say his last name. And I was like, okay, I don't follow him that deeply, so I don't know. But anyway, I really enjoyed that movie. And I don't think a lot of people saw it. And I don't think the people that did see it enjoyed it because I don't think that they understood that that movie was about postpartum depression. So it was really sad. Like I enjoyed the movie, but as soon as I left the theater, I was like, damn, this is really sad. And I actually got really upset on my drive home. But anyway, let's go back to Timothée Chalamet. So Marty Supreme is coming out. It's allegedly movie of the year. Um, it's gonna be this big spectacle. I mean, he's promoting the hell out of it, and he's selling the jackets, and people are buying the jackets, and they're in his comments asking for a jacket, and it's a big deal. Like it's going to be a big thing. He promoted the Bob Dylan movie very well, but I also think that Marty Supreme is just the biggest. And apparently he's been training for this role for 6 fucking years doing ping pong lessons. So, I don't know. My Here's my critique with the promo. Um my thing is, and I know he's very passionate about it. He's very excited about it. He's like people need to see it. This is going to be the best. Like it's going to inspire a bunch of people. And my thing is like people know, or they should know from trailer one, if it's a movie that they want to see, and if it's a movie that they even want to see in theaters. It shouldn't be this persuasive tool outside of the trailer to be like, go see the movie, go see the movie. And I understand that's what press tours are for. I get that. You know, sometimes you have to, I was going to say oil up. I'm not going to say that. That's so gross. Sometimes you do have to, you know, gel it up on these press tours. Like, you guys should go see it. Like, it's really fun. We had a lot of fun filming it. You know, the story's great, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But I think something about this press tour is very interesting because it feels like, I don't even know. It feels like the extreme. And I don't know if that's good or bad. So I'm not going to make comments on whether or not he shouldn't do that. But my comment is, people, especially movie goers, I would consider myself a movie goer. You know when you want to see a movie based off of the first trailer. Like, for example, I knew I wanted to see the movie Him based off of the first trailer. Um, I knew I wanted to see Challengers based off of the first trailer. Um, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. I write down movies like when I'm in the theater and, you know, trailers are showing up on the screen, you know, before your movie starts. I write down what I want to see. Like, I want to see the new Ryan Gosling movie. I don't remember the name, but like they send his little ass up to space. Um, and I want to see Wuthering Heights. Like, you just know what you want to see from the first trailer. I don't remember my initial reaction when I saw the trailer for Marty Supreme. I know that I wanted to see it because, you know, Tyler the Creator is in it, Odessa is in it, Timothée Chalamet is obviously in it. So it was a movie that I was already going to see. I don't remember if I was like, "Oh, that looks good," or, you know, I'm only going to see it because the cast is stacked. Um but yeah, so I just think that this promo is very interesting. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, he sounds like a narcissist when he talks about it," or, and then there's the whole debate like, "Oh no, he's still in character, you know, he's doing method throughout the press tour," which I'm like, why would you even have to do that? um and a lot of people are like, "I don't like the way he sounds, like he's begging for an Oscar, you know, you shouldn't be walking around saying what you want." And I'm like, should you not? I think the thing, and, you know, I'll put the video up on the screen, but I saw a TikTok this morning that said, um the reason why people don't like what Timothée Chalamet is saying is because he's white. And typically when white guys go around talking about, you know, wanting to be the best and, you know, all the work that they put in, like, we're tired. Like, we don't want to hear that. Like obviously it's a tale as old as time. You want attention. Like, okay. And I think that's really well said because I totally do agree, um that, you know, a white guy going around saying he wants to be the best and that he did a really good job and that he deserves an award for it, it is very tired. Like, okay, like, okay. um and I also think, like, I'm gonna compare him to other actors around his age. Like, if we're looking at Paul Mescal and if we're looking at Jacob Elordi, you don't get that energy from them. And you already know, like, I know that Paul Mescal is amazing. I know that he is going to sell me a performance no matter what it is, whether he's in a play, whether he's in a movie, whether he's in a TV show. I already know I'm going to see Paul Mescal cry and it's going to make me emotional. And Jacob Elordi, I already know he's going to sell me a character that, I don't know, he's just going to sell me a character. And he seems like he doesn't have to try that hard. I don't know what that is about him. He just seems like he can just morph, like he's like Play-Doh, like he can just morph. Um I don't know. And there's almost like a humbleness to both of them, and I feel like, you know, to some people they might come across as pretentious. Um Paul and Jacob Elordi. I feel like I have to say their last names. Like I don't know them, so I can't be like, oh yeah, Paul. Oh yeah, Paul. Um, so I don't know. They might come across as pretentious. I just think that they're very serious about their work. And I think that a lot of really popular artists come across as pretentious. Maybe they are pretentious. I don't know. I don't know these people personally. But if you want to talk about what Kristen Stewart said, she's like, women really don't go method and blah, blah, blah. I forget what Kristen Stewart said, but her comments were very interesting, um and they just make you think, you know. I appreciate acting, I appreciate a really good performance, and I appreciate a good press tour. I love to see people that are passionate about a project that they're on. I love to see that, not just on screen but off screen, the cast members have a good relationship. Even that makes me want to go see a movie. um and that makes me enjoy a movie even more, knowing that the actors really enjoyed working with each other. Like when I find out that actors don't fuck with each other, that to me, it kind of breaks my heart. Like I think when I found out that Blake Lively and Leighton Meester were not close, but they played like best friends on Gossip Girl, that made me really upset. I was like, shit. But anyway, let's go back to movie talk. I really appreciate acting. I really appreciate a really good performance, and I appreciate a good press tour, like I said. But I don't know about this one, and I guess we'll just I don't know about the Marty Supreme one, and not in a hater way. I just don't know how I feel because I haven't seen the movie. If the movie was out, I think it would make more sense to me. But it's just like everyone, being like Marty Supreme out on Christmas Day, Christmas Day, Christmas Day. I might see it on Christmas Day. Me and my mom usually always go to the movies on Christmas because it's like, what else is there to do? Um, so we might see it on Christmas Day, depending if I can get good seats or not. Um, but I guess we'll just have to wait until the movie comes out, because it's really hard to talk about his passion and his drive when the movie's not out. And I think as an artist, I recognize his language and his speech in myself. Like, I think that I'm really talented, and I think that I'm really smart, and I wholeheartedly agree with positive self-talk, and I wholeheartedly agree, like, if you think that you did an amazing job and that you put out some of the best work you've ever put out, I think you should talk about it. I really do think that that's not anything to be ashamed of, and yada yada yada. And yeah, I don't a lot of people are saying this is very unlikable of him. He used to be so humble, and I feel like I'm on the fence about it, because I think you should really be proud of the work that you're putting out. And if you feel like you're only elevating, like if you feel like I'm only getting better with my performances, you know, that's something you should be proud of and that you should talk about. Um, and saying that you're in the pursuit of greatness, I don't think that's a crime either. I'm sorry, guys. You guys might eat me up in the comments, but I don't think that's a crime to be in the pursuit of greatness. For me personally, the movies that I want to put out and the art that I want to make, I want it to reach people. I want to make someone's favorite movie. You know what I mean? Like, I love how my favorite movies make me feel. I want to make that for someone else. I want my movies to make people think and to question and to go home with it and sit with it. Um and I don't need to be one of the greatest, but I want to be somebody's favorite. And I want to move people, and I want to make people fucking cry. No, I want to make people cry, and I want to be great, but I don't need to be one of the greats. That doesn't really matter to me. I don't think so. And maybe it's because I'm far from that, but I just feel like it's like, okay, like, and I also just think, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Like, film and like cinema is like such a big world. So it's like you can be one of the greats, but that's still on such a minor scale anyway. Because if you're one of the greats in Hollywood, okay, well, they don't really keep up with that overseas. You know what I mean? Like, and some of the best television, oh, there's a dog walking past my house. Um, and some of the best television to me is not coming or made in the US. It's made overseas. Um, and you got to put the dub subtitles on and you got to get in that bitch. You know what I mean? But let me get back on task. So to me, it just feels like a little too broad. And I know he is very famous overseas. Like, I'm sure he's very popular wherever he goes. But to me, that's on such a, like, for example, it just, I don't know. Now that I like open the door to that conversation about being one of the greats, I'm like, what does that mean? Like, for example, like Michael Jackson, I think everybody really fucked with Michael Jackson. Like, I think everybody on the globe really fucked with Michael Jackson, and he was famous worldwide. I want to say the same thing about Justin Bieber. Um, but I think that there's like pop stars in other countries that I don't know the names of. I could pass them in the airport and I wouldn't even know that I'm passing somebody mega famous. Um, so I don't know what he's looking for on that level. Like, I don't know if he's looking for Hollywood Walk of Fame. I don't know if he's looking for what I'm looking for, just wanting to be somebody's favorite. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough thing when you want to be an artist and you're dreaming so big and you're literally shooting for the stars. You know, like you're going up there. Um it's tough because there's so many layers of like, well, what do I want to do? How famous do I want to be? Where do I want to land? When am I going to stop? I'm not going to talk about a plan B because I don't really have a plan B, to be honest. I really don't want to do anything else but what I want to do. Um, yeah, I don't really know. I don't really have a plan B. Um, but yeah, it's just it's such a wild what time is it? 9:09. It's such a wild little thought. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. I don't really know where to end the video. I guess we're all just going to have to see Marty Supreme and come back and talk about it, and see if this movie was overhyped. Something I also don't like that they're doing is they're showing a lot of clips from the movie like on the news and shit. I'm like, let us be fucking surprised. Like, I hate when they do that. Like, we don't, like, you should just go into the movie. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see clips from the movie. I don't want to see a whole scene. Like, what the fuck? Oh, I recognize this scene. You know what I mean? Um but yeah, I also feel like Marty Supreme, the promo, is going to get people back in theaters, but you know, maybe we have to continue to hype up movies like this to get people in theaters. But again, we'll just have to see next week when there is a worldwide release of it. I don't know. I think it only comes out in the US on the 25th. I don't know if it's a worldwide release, but yeah, people have seen it already. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I really don't know. We'll have to see. And I'm going to try and see it as soon as possible. That way we can just talk about it here. And yeah. But also, if you have not seen the movie Hammett with Paul Mescal and Jesse Buckley, please watch that. That movie is so beautiful. I've never heard of the director before, but she did an amazing job and I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I'm actually debating if I want to go see it again in theaters. And when I was at the movies, literally, I think there was like two fucking people there. It was like there was a couple in front of me and there was a couple all the way to the side. And then there was a woman behind me. So it was like me and like five other people in the theater. And my whole row was empty. So I was able to stretch my legs out and make a little bed. But anyway, besides the point, go see that movie and then go see Marty Supreme. And then we will come back and we will talk about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Dad from Texas. Okay, have a good day. I love you. Bye.